City skylines are impressive, but across the country, a growing number of architects say buildings like these waste energy, trap polluted air indoors, and add to environmental problems instead of solving them.
We have just become accustomed to accepting really poor buildings.
But that is changing.
We are looking at a cultural shift as significant as that of the Industrial Revolution.
It is called green architecture, and environmental groups are helping to lead the way. This is the new headquarters of the National Audubon Society in New York. Instead of building a new structure, architects recycled an old one, saving hundreds of tons of steel and concrete and 9,000 tons of masonry. Architect Randolph Croxton was told that every design decision had to make economic as well as environmental sense. For example, sunlight pours through skylights and windows. Electronic sensors brighten and dim lights depending on the amount of daylight. Sensors also detect when offices are empty and when they are occupied. The lighting system cost an extra $100,000, but is twice as efficient as in most offices.
We have a payback in energy alone, $100,000 a year, that will very quickly recoup any margin of additional investment.
Green architecture means making more use of recycled materials and trying to make buildings healthier. So floor tiles here are made of old crushed light bulbs. The carpeting is natural wool with no dye or glue to give off chemical fumes. And the air is cleaned and recirculated 6 times an hour.
I think what's happened here is we've taken several hundred small little details, put them all together, and made a great building. This is a great place to work. It feels wonderful.
Finding environmental building materials can be difficult, but suppliers are beginning to sprout up. For example, a company called Environmental Construction Outfitters has assembled 2,600 new products and technologies. Everything from carpets made of recycled plastic jugs to insulation made of cotton from recycled blue jeans. Architect Paul Behrman Lytle founded the company.
We really want to get this out of boutique stores for the environment, but into the lumberyard.
The new ideas are already beginning to show up in surprising places. There is no city more middle American than Lawrence, Kansas. And there is no retailer more mainstream than Walmart. But this new Walmart store is different than the almost 1,100 others across the country, starting with a parking lot made of recycled asphalt. Inside the Lawrence store, there is an environmental education center. But the store itself offers the real education with skylights and energy-efficient lighting, benches made of recycled plastic, and bins to collect more for recycling. Outside, wastewater is collected in a holding pond, treated, and then used to water the native shrubs and grasses used for landscaping. Walmart often outgrows its stores within 10 years, so this one has been designed so it can someday be recycled and turned into an apartment house, office building, or factory. Walmart officials will not say how much more the new experimental store costs, but it is thought to be 10 to 20% more than their other stores. They do say ideas tested here may be used in future stores. For advocates like Susan Maxman, president of the American Institute of Architects, green architecture is already beyond the experimental stage.
It's not a style. It's not a fad. It is there. It is our survival as a species, obviously, and as a society.
Green architecture is no longer a novelty. With a wide array of new technologies, it is becoming more available, more cost-effective, and harder for architects and the companies that hire them to ignore. Barry Seraphin, ABC News, Lawrence, Kansas.